Afternoon. It's good to see you this afternoon for this game against Royston Town. I'm delighted to welcome our new manager Dennis Green to the VIP lounge. And Dennis, one of the traditions for the manager when he come over is to announce the team. So we've got the first hearing of what the team is for today's lineup. So over to you if you're able to do that for us. It's a good test of you learning the names of the team as well, isn't it?
There's no paper. I see Tim Harris was using paper, but I'm just going to use my memory. So the starting lineup today, one or two areas were a little bit difficult for me in a sense because we had competition in certain places. We brought some players in, there was players already here that was fighting for places, so I hope I've got it right. I picked a couple, bearing in mind the opposition that we're playing, because they're a big strong side, we're going to be quite direct. So we've gone with Jazz has just scraped in goals. Then we've got Paul Green at right back and we've got Christian at left back. Now, Wright is trained really well. Trishan Duncan, we feel he's in a transition from maybe a right wing position to a right back position, and we felt with the way they're going to go forward quickly and early, we couldn't afford to be out of sync as a back four. We needed to be in sync, so we started with Paul Green for the physicality as well, because we could be dealing with a lot of early long balls, long throws, a lot of set plays. So that's the back four with the new signing Charlie and Joel as the two centre halves. The four in midfield will be Finney one side, Lakey the other side, Ryan Beswick, and again I had a choice there between Vermes and Clem, but I've gone with Jordan Clements. He had an exceptional game last time away at Lowestoft, which I went and see myself, and he's trained very, very well. I think he's going to be an exciting prospect. So Jordan Clements will start today with Bez. And then up front, we've got Quasi, we've got Tyrell. Okay, that's the 1-2
Fantastic, and you talked a little bit about the opposition, so stop one of my questions about what you think of the opposition. No problem at all. But have you seen Royston play this season or watched videos? What do you think?
No, I wouldn't have gone to see him play last week when I got unappointed, but we didn't have a game, they didn't have a game, so I went over to Banbury. But from speaking to other managers that I know from Barwell and from Russell and Diamonds, who's played in their last two games, we've got a good report from them to know exactly what they're about. Fantastic.
So, first home game, and what's your knowledge of the Tamworth squad in terms of the players since you've been appointed, or before you were appointed? Have you come across some of the players before?
Yeah, of course. You know, we've come across certain players. You know, when Boston's either played them, when some of them are in the Conference North, or we played them in cup matches, and I watch a lot of football matches. So I've come across a lot of them. And, you know, there's some really good players here. So it's just a case of getting a structure to the team, getting them playing the way I want to play, which is attacking football, and hopefully we can start winning games consistently.
And you brought in 3 new players. Tell us a little bit about those players. Obviously, one is quite well known around here because he played for the Villa, Stefan Moore, but a couple of other players. One's got a very famous dad as well. Tell us a little bit about what we expect to see from the new additions you brought to the team.
Yeah, so just from out watching games so far this year, we see Charlie Jensen play a couple of times for Ilkeston. When he got released from Forest, he's ended up playing 55 consecutive games over there, so he's got a good grounding now early in non-league, and it's time for him to step up. But you know, he's a 19-year-old, he wants to play in the Football League. Hopefully he can develop and be, you know, prosperous here, and then go on to somewhere else later on in the future. But I was in a position where the other centre-half got injured at Lowestoft, so really going into today's game, would have only been one real centre-half if we hadn't signed Charlie. The other guy, Keegan, sort of like a right-back centre-half, midfield player. We've got to work out his right position, but again, it's more of a development player. So hopefully, again, one for the future. Got released from Doncaster Rovers at the end of last season, so we've brought him in as well.
And Stefan, you got an eye on him doing some coaching as well, is that right?
Yeah, so Steph's going to, you know, he eventually wants to get into coaching. So he was straight on the phone to me when I got appointed at Tamworth, and you know, more or less said to me that if you don't sign me, I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight, that kind of thing. So I had him for 2 years at St Neots. He was fabulous for me at St Neots, and when he left there, he went on and was successful at Solihull, successful at Leamington. You know, so he's still going to be a massive player for us, either from the bench or when he's starting. He's fantastic with the lads. So it'll be a really big asset for the football club.
Super. It's great to see him because he was here a little bit during the sort of pre-season as well. So it's great to see him and another local lad for us as well. So tell us a little bit about yourself, or tell us about your playing career, because I think we played you many years ago.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think you were playing for, did you play for Chelmsford?
Yeah, well, I went from Chelmsford to Wycombe.
Yeah. We played Chelmsford in a semi-final of the Southern League Cup, I remember, many years ago, and I think you probably played against us.
Did we win it? And
you did.
And we won the final, and I think I didn't play in the final, I went to Wycombe, I think the week after.
Wow, fantastic.
It was that winning goal I got here that got me the move to Wycombe.
Brilliant, so tell us, playing career centre forward?
Yeah, so I was a centre forward, so you know, I like to take risks, and we'll be an attacking team. But generally played a lot of non-league football, and then got an opportunity from Chelmsford. Martin O'Neill bought us and went over to Wycombe, where we came level on points with Colchester in the first year, then won the conference and the trophy in the second year, and then won the playoff final the year after that against Preston in '94, I think that was. And then from there, I went to Dagenham, spent 2 or 3 years at Dagenham, and then went out and played football in Finland, learned how to ice skate, you know, quite important. You don't often get a chance, so spent a couple of years out there playing for a team called FC, I'll say it right, Haka, H-A-K-A. And you know, it's a good experience, and that brought me really to the end. I was about 34 by then. I think I come back and played for Windsor and Eton for 2 or 3 years, finished at 37, and then took over as manager of the football club.
Super, so lots of sort of managerial success as well, where you've always seen your clubs at the top of the table, St Neots and Boston. What are your aims for here, obviously, this season? What the fans expect to see from the Dennis Green side this season?
Well, you can never expect to win anything, but that's the aim. You know, I've come into this football club to win this league this year. It's as simple as that. And that is all we focus on. That's the mentality that we'll get into the lads. Is we want to win this league, and the safety net will be the playoffs. But this year, maybe next year won't be so much of a lottery. But this year is obviously really difficult because you've got the semi-final, final, and then the final. So you know, we've really got to try and win this league. You know, the way I look at it is Kettering in the FA Cup next week. We can win our next 3 and beat them. We're 3 points behind them, and then we've still got so many more games to go, but the gap's really close. So for me, the 9 points is irrelevant at the moment. We've just got to be consistent and start winning football matches.
Super. One final question to answer. I know Steve's in the room, so he can hear this. But you had an interview, and an interview, as we know, is a two-way process where people see if they like you, they want to appoint you, and you say, I want to work for them. Why did you want to work for Bob and Steve and the sort of the directors of the club? What was it that they said convinced you, yeah, I can do a job here?
It wasn't so much saying this, I've been out of work for 18 months, so I sort of take anything. You know, when you're looking from the outside, there's teams that, you know, sack a lot of managers. They go through 3 or 4 managers a year. I think the guys here have been very supportive. You know, Andy Morrell being here a while, and Mike Fowler. You know, the support with him through relegation last year. So that's really nice, because sometimes in football it don't go your way. Mind you, you've got 2 or 3 weeks where you've got 5 or 6 injuries and you just can't get your right side out there, and you have really tough fixtures at that time, and you're going to lose 3 or 4 on the trot. That's when you need the support, you know, because I've been, even the 3 playoffs we had at Boston, 2 playoffs, we had twice in the 2 seasons, we lost 4 games on the trot. So you can do that and still bounce back to be a healthy position, but you need people that are supportive, and they do it properly, they don't get involved. You know, I've been with chairmen that want to pick the team, phone you during the game. I had that a few times, and ask you to make substitutions. One of them even waited at the end of the tunnel at half time to tell me to bring a right winger on one. So it's important that you get left alone to try and do what you want to do.
Dennis, we're going to really enjoy our interviews with you before the games. Thank you so much for taking time out, and wish you all the best today.
My pleasure, thank you.